Hey, everybody, it is Kendell Lenice, and welcome to Kendell Lenice Live. We're going to be talking about finding balance with Reverend Kevin V. Montague. Let's get it. All right. You see him? Now you see him? Now you don't. All right, so I'm so excited to have my guest and my friend here, Rev Kev, and we're going to be talking about finding balance. A lot of times, in these days, we are doing so many different things. We're wearing different capes and hats and all different colors, shapes, and sizes, and we got to put them on, take them off, move them to the left, move them to the right. And that's the world that we're living in now, trying to manage family, children, schools, works, church, activities, all kind of things. So that's why I wanted to talk to my guest today about finding balance. So welcome to Kendelllenice Live. We have Rev Kev V. Montague of KVM Ministries, LLC. Welcome. Yes.
Thank you so much, Kendall. I appreciate you so much. I'm honored, and I praise God for this opportunity to be on this amazing show with the remix coach, the one, the only, Kendell Lenice. Give it up for Kendall. Woo! Yeah, I'm your hype man.
So you get to see me before I am 51 years old.
Wow.
So you get to see me and be on my show.
Thank you. And by the way, you don't look your age. You really don't. You look like you may hit 30.
Okay.
You may hit 30.
I'll receive that. People don't usually guess my age, and I say, you know what? Let me make sure I keep taking care of myself, because the moment that someone guesses my age, that means I'm losing it and I'm falling apart. So I know you wanted me to make sure you were tagged in this. So I'm going to take a moment to just do that. So it's on your Facebook, because I know that's what you asked me to do, and I didn't forget.
No,
okay. All right. So I just did it. All right. So when I asked you to be a guest and I came up with the subject of finding your balance, what was the first thing you thought about?
Finding my balance. I think you were talking about finding balance in an unbalanced world.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to be honest, I didn't like the topic.
Okay. Let's be real.
I didn't like the topic because in this life, you will never find balance.
Mm-hmm.
You may be balancing, but you will never find total balance. It's too much stuff that is going on, too much stuff that we have in our lives that take priority. Listen to what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Versus balance.
Mm-hmm.
Versus balance. Balance is something that is equal in proportion versus prioritizing what matters in your life.
Okay, so let's talk about that. That's an excellent point. So you'll never find balance in your life.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
Well, you never find balance in your life. I don't think you ever do that, because with balance also comes with sacrifice. Because in order for something to be important, that means something else is going to have to take a back seat, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to realize and understand how to prioritize what's important. And it can't be what's important based upon how you feel. It can't be what's important about because what makes you happy. For me, I struggle trying to find balance.
Okay, let's be real about it.
I'm trying to, play this balancing act throughout my entire life. But the only thing that I was able to understand and realize that my priorities must outweigh my comfort zone as well. It has, like I said, I struggle through this.
Go deeper with that.
Okay, because what makes me comfortable may not necessarily be what God has for me to do. Because
Okay.
really, where everything goes,
Mm-hmm.
priorities, putting God first. Even
Mm-hmm.
Scripture even says that we ought to put Him first. Seek
Mm-hmm.
first the kingdom of God above all else.
All else. Mm-hmm.
All else meaning above your feelings,
Mm-hmm.
above what the person next door, your
Mm-hmm.
friends are doing well. If
Mm-hmm.
you want, and the funny thing, we want to be like everybody else. It says, seek the kingdom. Matthew 6:33 says, seek the kingdom above all else and live righteously, and He will give you everything you need. He will put things in the order, in the perspective that it needs to be, so that you'll be blessed and so that He'll be glorified.
So you're saying that God already has us balanced. We just have to, He's already ordered the steps of balance, right?
Right.
We just
Our
have
steps
to
are
kind
ordered.
of prioritize.
Right. Our steps are ordered in the Lord, not
Mm-hmm.
in our feelings, not
Mm-hmm.
in our finances, not
Mm-hmm.
in what someone else is saying. Hey, you need to do this and you need to do that. That's where we
Mm-hmm.
oftentimes become unbalanced, if I can use
Mm-hmm.
that,
Mm-hmm.
is trying to meet the needs of other people or also go based upon what society says is important.
Mm-hmm. No, that's actually a good point, Kevin, because a lot of people say, okay, let's try to find balance. Even Pastor Torre has a book out now talking about balance and trying to find balance and figure it out in this unbalanced world. Because as
Right.
you said, it is totally unbalanced, and we're never going to be able to balance everything and give everything equal parts. That's what you
Right.
were saying earlier.
Right.
But you have to find out by prioritizing, like, okay, what is good for you, what is not, how much, what percentage do I want to put over here, what percentage do I want to put over here. So when you think about it that way and your percentages, what's your time other than, because I know your ministry, other than your ministry and God, because that's a given, that's top priority. But
Mhm.
what's next when it comes to percentage? And I think I know your answer.
My answer is going to be my children.
That's right.
My children are going to be. God will always be first because uh, I cannot encourage my children. I can't raise my children without prioritizing Him first. In
Yeah.
other words, prioritizing God, meaning this is the four S's that the four S's of my church usually would say. Providence St. John Baptist Church. Give them a shout out. My pastor Billy T. State Jr. Nice little plug in there. Okay, so
Hey. You know how
surrendering.
Black folks do. We have to give shout outs.
Yeah, we gotta give a shout out. That's
Anytime.
what we do.
That's
Big
how we
shout
do
out
it.
to the Providence St. John Baptist Church and all of the members of this great church. Okay, so prioritizing
That's how
means
you have to do it. I'm not mad at you.
that's what I got to do.
Right.
Get it in where I can fit it in. Okay, so for us to surrender to God, submit to His word, serve others, and share my faith. That's how I prioritize. Surrendering to
Mhm.
God also means when I wake up in the morning, the first thing that I have to do is seek His face. Scripture
Mhm.
says, early will I seek you. Because if I can put Him first and I can prioritize Him first, if I can thank Him first, at that point, then God can order my steps throughout the rest of the day.
Absolutely.
Throughout the
Absolutely.
day. I understand I have to work. How much energy I'm going to give to work? I'm going to give my all, but I must also realize that I have other things that are pressing with me.
And you
Being a
can't
father,
do everything.
being a father,
Yeah.
being it is my in total. That's the big thing in my life. But I
Yeah.
also I'm the chief operations officer at my church.
Mhm.
I have a full-time job,
Mhm.
almost 32 years in it. I have a
You said
house,
32 years?
almost 32 years, government,
So
management, and all of that.
that's it's safe to say that you're not 35.
I will. One day, look how they say, as
No, I'm
if the
saying
tree
it's safe
doesn't
to
grow.
say that you're not 35 years old.
No, no. But as you look 30, guess how I look too.
Come
Amen.
on.
God bless you. Bless you in your ministry. I thank you for the compliment that was not said. Yeah. Right. Got you.
You are our best.
Anyway, but yeah, there's a lot that I have also being a brother. I have 3 other siblings. I have Dexter's my oldest, Tracy after him, and then I'm the baby boy, and then my sister Monique. I have a whole lot to balance. Then I have friends.
Yeah.
I have great friends, and family members. So it's a lot of balancing.
Yeah.
But you know what? Everybody will have their time based upon how God sees fit for me to prioritize them in my life, whether it's on a daily basis, a monthly, or yearly. God has to do it. If not, something will be out of balance, something will be out of line, and then next thing you know, stress will come.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you said that, because what does finding balance mean? This is the definition from the balancelifeonline.com. Finding balance comes from giving time and energy to the things that build you up and give you life. And likewise, eliminating the things that bring you down and stress you out. So it circles back to prioritizing, and giving that energy and giving that attention to the things that lift you. And that's a higher percentage in your life, because as a life coach, I talk to people all the time, and most people have trouble finding balance. And when you talk about balance, it really is just simply prioritizing. And everything cannot get 100% of your time. You can't, there are no equal parts in life. Like everything, other than giving, the most to God, everything else, it's a circular motion, because sometimes you'll be able to give 50% over here, and another 20 over here, and and split up the percentages, and then another 30 over here, and then sometimes that 30 will turn into the 50, and that's what it is. It's really like juggling through life and just really living life, and at different times and stages in your life, priorities are different, right?
Yeah, and that's interesting, because one of the things that we stress over is that we're not giving enough time to those different things. And we think that becomes problematic.
Yeah.
But one of the things that the reason why I say we seek God and we give it over to Him is so that He can provide the increase in those areas. Yeah, they may, of course, we would love to give everybody and everything 100%, but we can't. We're not God. So that's why we're saying, God, please do the increase in those areas where I'm not capable of doing.
Yeah.
I can't do it all, but I know someone who can. I know somebody who is strong enough, who's powerful enough, who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all I can ask, or even some scripture said think or perceive.
Yeah.
According to Him, according to the power, according to His ability. And we know that He can do all things. All things.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm okay if something goes lacking for a time, because I know God has it.
Yeah. And that's a good point. I'm glad that you said that, because at the end of the day, some balls are just going to drop. You know what I mean? You can't juggle everything, and God will show you what needs to be prioritized and what doesn't. And if you do it out of order, He will show you that you've done it out of order. So when I was reading psychology, I was reading psychology today, right?
Okay.
And it says balance is not a destination, it's a constant journey. This is what we're talking about here, right? And it says 5 ways to find balance. Integrate all aspects of life. Stop seeing work and personal time and social and all of these in separate compartments. It says rather than competing against each other, they should collaborate. And I think that is because it's just showing you your life, right? And how it is, and they can all work congruently. Number 2, it says lose balance to find balance. So letting go of control is what we're talking about. is key to letting things fall into place on their own. Sometimes you have to lose balance to find it. Be open to taking risks, try something different, and seek balance long term. It's not every instance in life. So this is exactly what we're talking about. Prioritizing activities, develop a balanced mindset. Balance is not something external. It lies within you, as we're talking about. When something is bothering you, ask yourself, why is this out of balance, or why is this out of context? It says, and the balance is all like in the mind and in practicing, but I love that point. What do you think about the point where they say just everything is just together? It's not really balanced. You're just figuring out a way to live your life and allowing God to be the head of that and really planning the steps. And then you use wisdom to decide what needs to stay, what needs to go, and what you give the attention to at that moment.
Right. And having wisdom to say, let me use a big word, a big collegiate word, saying no.
right.
I'm done. That's all I need to
word for people to spell.
No. Saying no can actually bring the balance back into alignment into your life. Saying no, deciding to say no. Oftentimes we say yes to too many things, too many people, and we become out of line. And if we can only just say no and be consistent in saying no, asking God, what is it that you want me to say yes to? Then I guarantee you that things will shift in your life in your favor, that you won't be as stressed. You won't be as worried, because when you say no,
it's going to work in your favor.
You
know that's my song. You already know that. You already know.
I'm giving you the mic. But yeah, saying no to help you, and saying no may hurt somebody's feelings.
Yeah.
But guess what? I'm gonna say this with love. You can't control their feelings. You can't control your actions.
Yeah.
So if you really want it hard enough, if you really want this balance, or you want to learn how to balance your life, it starts with your decision making.
Yeah.
Be able to say no, and also knowing what to say yes to.
Yeah. Woo. All right. So everybody watching, whether you're watching live or you're watching the playback, let's say it together. No. Drop it in the comments. No. And really, that's what you have to learn, because sometimes you're saying yes to everything. And that's why it's hard and difficult for you to juggle in life, because you don't know how to say no. You're saying yes to everything, knowing darn well your percentages are all the way up to 100. But you're saying no, like Kevin said, because you don't want to disappoint someone, or you're trying to do it all. And that's a great way to live within balance, is learning to say no. So if you're watching it live or the playback, put no in the comments, because that is a collegiate word. That's a difficult word for some people, Kevin.
It's difficult. It's difficult, but allow no to be part of your lifestyle.
Come on.
Yeah. And let me give you an example. For example, because I'm a preacher, and there is a Sabbath day in our work week. God rested on the Sabbath. Okay, there is a Sabbath day, but if you are saying no, if you're saying yes all 7 days a week, and you're not allowing your body, your emotions, your spirit to rest, what's going to happen? You're going to eventually start breaking down, because God never intended you to run yourself to death and be and do everything. You can't be him.
Yeah.
You can only be you, which means you have to work within the realm that he's given you in order to live effectively.
Yeah. That's so true. That's so powerful, because a lot of times people just don't know how, and they learn. But once you get to be in your 50s, you have no problem, and some people master it in their 20s and in their 30s, but most people don't master it until they get to a certain age where no or yes is costly. Because sometimes it costs you your time, it costs you your energy, it costs you your money, it costs you your peace of mind. And that's not cool. You want to say, because this is the thing, if you walk around saying yes, and you really mean no, then you're not going to have the best attitude. You're not going to be positive. You're going to sit there with a grumpy face because you really wanted to say no, but you were people pleasing, so you said yes.
Right. Frustration will come upon you. Trust me, I'm a living witness. And I don't know if anybody's out there today. Is there anybody out there today that has gone throughout a season being frustrated because you were people pleasing?
A lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people.
They might not be watching live now, but they'll play it back.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. But
why do you think people say yes when they really mean no, other than people pleasing? Why do you think people say it? Or find it difficult to say no?
It's become a pattern in their life. That can be one. They may feel that if they say yes, that there's some opportunity that the person they're saying yes to would be able to afford to them. There may be some type of place that they're lacking. If I say yes to this or to this person, then maybe I will achieve a goal or some type of advantage so that I could actually be able to do something that I want to do. And the only thing it does, it puts us in a bitter, frustrated position, because truth be told, whatever you have, whatever you're going to have, will not come from the person, but will come from God. It will come through him. If God sees that you're trying to please someone else and not try to please him, God's going to say, why do you need me in your life in the first place?
Come on. That's true. And a lot of times we're saying yes to get people to be comfortable, or people to like us, or people, so people won't get mad at us. But we're not giving that same energy to God.
But check this out. When you do that, guess where you are positioning God? You positioning him not first, but either on the side of you, behind you. When God said, I need you to be, I want you to be first, Lord. That should be our prayer. Lord, I want to make you first in my life. But when you do something like that, what you're doing is you're creating an idol. And also you becoming at a point where you are worshiping that idol. Yeah, I know I've gone a little bit deeper, but that's really what it is.
Yeah.
I'm placing whatever you place before God. God says that's an idol, and God does not like it. And God doesn't like it. That means he's gonna just wait until you decide to move that thing out the way and position him properly where he needs to be, which is first in your life.
Yeah, because we have 24 hours in a day, and we can't do everything, and we can't fit everything in. That's just impossible. I've been that person that tried, but I have no problem saying no. Like, it feels good on my lips. No.
Yeah.
It feels good because what you say?
I still struggle. I don't have it all together. I fall. But then I start thinking about, okay, let me recount. What did I do wrong? What did I put before God? What did I put first? And then at that point, I realize and repent and say, Lord, I'm sorry, and place him back where he desires to be, which is head of our life.
Yeah, so that the percentage with God is much higher. So if you have a pie and you're cutting it, the biggest chunk goes with God. A lot of people don't know that finding balance is important, and it improves your general health. Did you know that?
It reduces stress.
Yeah, so finding balance in life helps you improve your overall health. When you have balance, you have time to pay attention to your body's needs. You can prioritize things like diet, exercise, meditation, instead of regretting that you never had time to take care of yourself. So circling back to that is saying no. to the
Yes.
things that are not feeding you, to the things that are unnecessary within that 24 hours. Think about it. 24 hours is not a long time.
Right. Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah.
long time. So if you're trying to, and it's about organizing too, organizing your life and trying to make sure you prioritize, what's important. And like I was saying earlier, that changes depending on the day and sometimes the hour.
Yeah. You're right. Right. Yeah. It's important to prioritize, and you're not going to always. So let's not beat each other up on this. You're not
Mm-mm,
going to always get it right, but
mm-mm.
you have to try. You have to try, and all of this is all attached to whether you're going to find your purpose or not.
Mm-hmm.
And
And the
your
thing is,
purpose.
too, you talking about beating up on each other, like you
Right.
can't beat up on yourself. If you have a plan and if
Right.
you have everything, because we have some planners out there that
Hmm.
try to plan their own steps. We have some people out there that try to plan
Yep.
their whole day. And if it's something that enters the day that's not on that calendar or that agenda or that
Hmm.
to-do list, they don't know how to function.
Right.
They don't know how to allow room for God to really do his thing
Yeah.
because
Correct.
they want everything, every T crossed and every I dotted, and this is the plan for the day. And let me balance this, and I'm able to move this in and do that. So 5 minutes is different. Ever meet anybody like that? 30 minutes is different. They
Right.
fall apart. They don't know how to handle that day. But
In
it's an
other words,
old cliche, and it's a
mhm.
and it's a old, not even a cliche, but it's a you let God, you let go and let God, like for real. Because if you're going to stress yourself out, if you're going to worry about things that you can't control, you just got to fall back sometimes and allow your day to create almost its own balance.
Right. And it's full of your life. The balance of your life is full of adjusting. You
Mm-hmm.
have to learn how to adjust. It's not going to always be perfect,
Mm-hmm.
because even, for example, if you stand on 1 foot right now, you are balanced.
Mm-hmm.
But to stay balanced, you're going to have to shift a little bit, which is the adjustment. And that's how it is. You're going to have to
Yeah,
constantly be adjust mode in
that's
order
good.
to be balancing yourself properly.
That's good. That's good. All right, so let's talk about some life hacks. 10 simple ways to find balance and get balance in your life. Let's see. This is lifehack.org. Turn it off. Disconnect. Sometimes you have to disconnect, excuses people have, but turn your phone off, turn your computer off, give your brain a rest, spend extra time actually interacting with maybe your family and friends. And I know you do that with your children.
Mhm.
Also, y'all just were in Ocean City on the beach,
Listen,
had the whole beach front. I
listen,
was kind of jealous with the picture with your feet up.
if I can go back there right now, I'm there. Wait a minute, let me think about it. I'm there. Okay, I'm back.
But you found balance to do that. Like some people can't find that balance because they want to work,
Listen,
work, 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 work.
it was not easy. I had to prioritize it. Trust me,
Yeah,
people know me. I rarely take vacation. I rarely
yeah,
take time for myself, but I needed this.
yeah.
And God said, you need, in order for me to do the things that I need to do, you need at least a moment of rest. I'm not done
Absolutely.
resting. I'm not done, but
Absolutely.
I'll get back to a beach. But go ahead. Life hack.
Yeah.
Go.
Number two, it says trim, trim, trim. It's given that if your life is overflowing, you will never be able to achieve balance and manage it all.
Mhm.
So saying no, and we're gonna drive that point home because it's important. Saying no, everything that is either non-essential or doesn't add something valuable to your life, say no.
Right.
Pay attention to your health. You know that I love that one, Kevin. We hear this over and over again, but usually give it just lip service. We know that if we don't put our health as priority, because you ever hear someone say, I didn't have time to go to the doctor?
Talk.
How am I going to take off work and go to
Right.
the doctor during the day?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
prioritizing. So
Exactly.
your balance is off kilter if you don't have time to take care of yourself,
Talk.
right?
That's good. That's good. Yes,
Number
that's good.
5, spend time alone. Making time for you is probably the hardest thing to do. Typically, overworked, overwhelmed people find it hard. So, but they don't realize that spending time alone can lower stress, increase happiness, and encourage creativity.
Right.
Number 6, relationships do matter. Set aside quality time for your family and friends. Don't just sit them in front of the TV, all y'all people with little kids or the iPads.
Right.
Make sure you take a moment, because you hear about people who, like, they may come from two parent homes, and you'll often hear, I've heard this, through coaching and different people saying that I had a 2-parent household, but I never seen my mom or dad, because one or the other, because it felt like a single family, because that person was always working, or that
Right.
person was always at church, or that person was always at a social gathering,
Yeah.
that they didn't find the balance to spend time with your loved ones, because we know people are checking out left and right.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to spend time with the people that you love.
Yeah.
Also, treat yourself. Get you a
Oh,
pedicure, a manicure, schedule a massage. I'm doing all that. I'm doing a massage and all that for my birthday. June 17th is
June
Friday.
17th. Yeah. June 17th.
Yeah.
We got it done.
Explore, right. Explore the world. Take a walk. See, when people first say explore the world, they're thinking like getting on a plane and go, but take a walk,
Outside
see
the house.
exactly, see what's going on around you, take, uh, do a little photography. That's my favorite, and really enjoy life. Number 9, a life hack to, if you're just tuning in, I'm giving, 10 simple ways to find balance. Allow it
Right.
to come back around into your life if you lost it. Number 9, expand your awareness. Take a class, learn to paint, read a book, find what interests you. And number 10, to kind of restore balance, is remember to have fun, laugh, joke. We do that well. Find a
Very
sense
well.
of humor, and just really kick back and have a good time. So, what would you tell, Kevin, someone who doesn't know how to prioritize people in their life, like spending time with maybe their kids, their families, their close friends? What would you tell people who say, I don't have enough time in a day to be calling and texting anybody, let alone going to see somebody? What would you tell them?
Make time, because it's important to you. Number one, it's important to them as well. Don't be selfish with the time that God has given you.
Mm,
Um, it's extremely important. Even like for my children, I make time for them because they are
mm-hmm,
important. Whatever you, it's funny. Whatever is important to you, guess what you're going to do? Make time for it. You're going to
mm-hmm.
make time for relationships. You're going to make time, and sometimes people don't even want a hour-long conversation. They just want to text and say hello. I'm thinking about
Mm-hmm.
you. Bam, that's
Yeah.
it. If
Yeah.
we can be more givers than those that receive, I think the world will be a better place.
Yeah. Kelly Turner says, as a single person, no is essential to life. Some think we have unlimited time to do everything.
Yeah, yeah, and life is so,
You think
so
tomorrow will always come?
yeah. A lot of people feel that way, and that's how they live their life. Tomorrow. Yeah, but what if you don't have tomorrow?
Forget
What are you going to
Annie
do?
talking about the sun will come out tomorrow. I
Yeah,
want the sun to come out today, because
right.
today I know
Talk.
I have, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
And the sun coming out tomorrow, that's nice and everything. But I also believe that you create your own sunshine.
talk. Yeah, you create your own sunshine. You set your own priorities of what makes you smile. But you know
Yeah.
what? In all of this, like you said, tomorrow is not promised.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to live for the day, and that's even one of the key things in having a balance by um, the moment,
Mm-hmm.
living in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You have to live in the moment. Sometimes it's okay to say, you know what, I'm going to take a walk,
Yeah.
and be okay with that.
Yeah.
People say, well, maybe next week. No,
Yeah,
No,
right now.
it's okay. There needs to be a right now
Yeah.
spirit in you to be able to go and do something that's going to bring that helps bring balance into
Yeah.
your life when you
Yeah.
have then control of that moment
Yeah. Not now, but right now.
right now.
Amen. And we need to do a we need to do a remix to the summer sun will come out today. The sun is
Right.
out today. We need to
Go
try
ahead.
to do
Go
a
ahead.
remix.
Look, here's your moment. Go ahead and sing.
No, I'm a writer, not a singer. But no, I won't do it. I was going to do it because if you say do it, I'm a sing. All right.
Mm.
So what as we wind down, we're going to do our questions so you can get to know Reverend Kev a little better. Rev Kev. But I want to talk about a little birdie told me that somebody was a legend on the courts in DC, on the street courts. What's that about, Kevin?
Growing up.
And how did you
Uh,
find balance then?
well, balance was, whenever you get the opportunity to play basketball, you play basketball until your parents say it's time for you to come home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's balance. They created balance for me.
They create when the street lights come on. That's your
Yeah,
signal
yeah, that's
that
it.
that
They
balance.
created balance. You can't play basketball all day. Even in summertime, you have
Right.
to know when to eat and
Come
when to
on.
come home. But
Come on.
I played a lot of basketball, street ball, and even the high school basketball as well. But that, being a legend, I remember a story. My pastor and I was at a gas station, and one of my people that I grew up with came over, and we greeted each other, hugged each other. And my pastor had the audacity to ask, can he play ball? I can't. No one's been there. He said, Pastor, he's a legend. That was all she wrote. He hasn't said nothing else since then about me playing basketball because
Mm-mm.
that was enough. But yeah,
Well,
I played a little. I played a little
everybody who is
basketball.
watching live or the playback, I might have to bring Kendelllenice live to the courts of Washington D.C. to see what this legend can do. You still got it? Can
Oh,
you
of course.
balance that time to play a little ball?
Yeah, just I don't do what I used to do. I look, when balancing, you also have to have wisdom. No, wisdom. That's one of the keys to balancing is wisdom.
Right,
Knowing what you can do, when you can do it, and how you can do it. You can't do what you did years ago.
right.
I just gave you a good word right there.
You did. You
I gave
did. No, I
that was an
caught it.
amazing word by itself.
Oh, I
Wisdom.
caught it.
Be wise.
I caught it. So
Hmm.
as we wind down before we get into our surprise questions that Reverend Kevin, he don't know nothing about it, but we're going to do that at the end, the last 5 minutes, which we're approaching now. But what would you tell? We talked about and we reiterated it a few times in this episode, saying no and how no is powerful. Those two letters have a strong impact. Only say yes, I say, to things that bring you joy, to make you better, to add to your life. Don't say yes because you don't want anybody to be mad at you. You feel guilty. You don't want to guilt. I don't want a guilty yes.
Right.
I would rather have a strong no and know where you're standing. But
Hmm.
let's talk about you mentioned it earlier, and both of us, of course, God is first, right?
Hmm.
What would you tell someone who really wants to have a relationship with God and wants to have balance and put him first and allow God to order their steps, but they may not know how? They believe, but they may not know how to prioritize? What would you tell them? Because you have Jumpstart, and
Right.
it jumpstarts most people's day early in the morning. So
Right.
what would you tell someone about jumpstarting your day with God?
Well, jump starting your day is just taking a moment to spend time with them in prayer and listening to him as well and asking God, how do you want me to serve you throughout the day? What is
Mm,
it that you need me to do in order to please you? Notice
mhm,
I didn't say please myself, but please
mhm,
you. And
mhm.
and for example, jumpstart. is a weekly broadcast that encourages people to live better, see further, and achieve greater. And whatever type of broadcast or things that you listen to encourage you to seek Him first,
Yeah.
that's a start. You have to start there. If you start anywhere else, you will be out of line. So starting there, even when it comes to something that you're reading, because I wrote a book called Spiritual Vitamins.
Come on now, you better show it. Wait, keep
Daily
it up. Hold it
nutrients.
closer to the camera.
Okay,
Take it
there
closer.
it is.
No,
Closer?
move it up. Move
Move
it
back?
up. Closer.
Okay.
No, closer. There you go. Now talk about
Okay.
it.
Okay. Spiritual Vitamins is a collection of 32 devotionals. You can read one devotional or one intake. It's only going to take you like 15 to 20 minutes. And it's a devotional book that's going to encourage you. It's going to push you, but it's also going to help you draw closer to God. And that's the entire goal. When I draw closer to God, God will then help me with aligning my life, making Him priority, and everything else will be prioritized properly so that you're able to live better, see further, and achieve greater. And this book, hey, it's like $1 million. No, it's only $12. You can get it on all the online bookstores. You can get it through Amazon, Barnes and Noble, J Media Publications, who published the book, all the online bookstore outlets. Also, you can get it through ebook as well. Amazing. Kindle, Nook. And check this out. For those, you need a Father's Day gift, here it is. It's not too late to order, and it's not too late I said not too late to order and get it and give it to someone, but it's not late to start your daily devotionals with God so that you can live and have that balanced life that you're looking for.
All right, before we go into our get to know Kev better, our secret questions that he knows nothing about, tell the people how they can get in contact with you, and then we're going to end the show with the last 5 minutes with these questions to find out more about Reverend Kevin V. Montague.
Here we go.
All right, tell people how they can get in contact with you.
You can get in contact with me several ways. My website, kvmministries.com. You can go to social media, to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok now, and also LinkedIn. Look up KVM Ministries LLC. You'll find me on all those. Also, my Jumpstart broadcast is on those things, as well as the podcast. I have a podcast. Uh-oh.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm getting ready.
Apple, Spotify, and Google. And also, you can still get my book through all those things that I mentioned. But hey, you can find me. Just do a search under KVM Ministries LLC.
All right. So are you ready to get to know Kev better? I just gave you a sneak preview. I have my hand on the button because y'all know that I am the producer of this show. I do the special effects. I do everything. A one-man band. So I have my hand on it. So y'all ready? Kevin, you ready?
I need to get some water first because
you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. All right. Not 5 minutes of funk by Houdini, but 5 minutes of fun. You ready?
Oh, I started thinking about 5 minutes of funk.
5 minutes of funk. Copyright. There you go. Right.
Yes, classic. Okay.
Right. Exactly. It is. And that's one of my favorites. 5 minutes of funk. But I don't own the rights to that music. So I have to use the music that I can commission. Right. All right. So you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Y'all ready to get to know Kevin better? All right. This or that. That's what we're going to start with.
Okay.
Breakfast or dinner?
I would say, in what context?
You know what? You just got to answer the question. Let me give you the rules. Let me rewind. No questions asked. You just answer the question. Don't ask. You just go straight to the point and answer the question. Breakfast or dinner?
Breakfast.
Night owl or early bird?
Early.
Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
All right. Top 3 movies.
Okay. School Days. More Better Blues, because I play trumpet. Ooh, the next one. I want to say Kill Bill, but I'm going to say John Wick movies.
Okay. That's good.
Uh-huh.
And you found out that he played the trumpet. See, I told you you're going to get to know Rev Kev. All right. You're a hidden talent outside of the trumpet.
Playing drums.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What makes you laugh out loud?
What makes me laugh out? I would say something that my children would say that is funny.
Okay. Last question.
Yeah.
The song that always makes you dance.
What? Rare Essence, 101. Listen, I'm a go head. That's another thing you didn't know. Rare Essence.
Of course. Right. This is fun, Kevin. This was fun. Did you have fun?
I had fun. Thank you so much for allowing me to share and be a part of your amazing show. Listen, if you have not watched her show in the past, why don't you subscribe to her right now? And I guarantee you, it's going to bless you. Each and every episode, she goes higher. So I look forward to the next show. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And definitely we are going to have Rev Kev back because that was a good time. I'm going to give you the last 30 seconds. What do you want people to know about you?
About me? Well, I am a child of God. I'm a man that serves and worships God. And my prayer that as you're watching this episode, that you seek God first, that you allow him to come into your life. And then from this day forward, you serve him in a way that brings him honor and that you find your purpose in him. That's my closing remark.
Oh, well, thank you everybody for watching. And thank you. We just got a comment. This was a great show. Thank you so much, Kelly. I see your comment. I'm honored to have you on here, and make sure you guys, if you don't follow Kevin now, make sure you follow him. Make sure you start your day with his Jumpstart. Tell him what day it comes on.
It's supposed to be on Wednesdays. I've been falling off. I've been balancing my life. And so it can't be Wednesday. It's just I've been balancing. So usually once a week. If you want to know when it is, just follow me on social media.
There you go. Follow him. Whenever it comes on, you'll be able to see it. Thank you, yes, Kevin. I appreciate you for joining me on Kendell Lenice Live. This was great.
Thank
Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching, whether you're watching live or the replay. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I am growing my page, and my birthday is June 17th. And my goal was to have 1,000 followers. I'm not there, so don't stop at my birthday. Continue to do that. And if you know someone who may enjoy this channel in this episode of Kendelllenice Live, make sure you share this video. Thank you for watching. Remember, you are a star, so don't allow anyone to dim your shine. Until next time, God bless. Peace.